This channel is supported by Truefire. Truefire is an online library of
You can get the Truefire All Access Pass for as cheap as they ever do it, the $99 thing. So just jump and do that if you're looking for the best price that you can get Truefire All Access for. Okay, I'm very lucky that I get to play and look at quite a lot of guitars from all over the world. And I've learned to sort of Sterling, as you can see. I did have someone ask about the knife the other day. This is a Predator replica. It's quite blunt, which is kind of the point, that I can just open with boxes with it without cutting my hands. It's a nice little feature. Anyway, I was really impressed with the last Sterling guitar that they asked if I would demo it, and I thought actually that's a very impressive guitar, and one of the best guitars that I think I've played under £1,000. And it's the second Sterling I played. This is the third, but I thought this would be interesting for a few reasons. The one is, I guess, similar to the other Sterling. Like, I'm not likely, I don't think, to ever get a chance to try one of the really boutique, expensive Music Man guitars. They're just too expensive. And not that common in the UK. Now that is a pretty beautiful guitar. We've got a push here. But I thought it could be, I said I didn't cut myself, turns out I do a little bit. But yeah, that's the Sterling Luke. Roasted. Not a hugely skinny neck, but not chunky. I guess I could do like a side by side. The neck actually feels quite similar. I need to check the specs on that. Obviously the neck join is going to be very similar. But overall, what I'm finding with these Sterling guitars is actually I think they're a little bit of a step above. It's a bit of a V to that, right? Seems to be like a little bit of a V neck. I'll check the specs for that, but definitely an interesting neck shape. Right, let me this is not the type of guitar that would necessarily be hugely on my radar had they not messaged me. I've had a lot of people ask me about like an EBMM cutlass. So that's definitely a boost there, right? I'm going to try and find the trem. Trying to find a way to describe kind of what it's like to play. It's a little bit more modern feeling than the cutlass, I think. Like that V-neck though is a pretty unique thing going on here. Pretty impressive trem stability there, like that. Not that usual to pick up a guitar out of like the box. I'm also liking that the humbuckers have got like plenty of spank to them still. Yeah, that's a really really impressive guitar, I think. My first impressions, at least. Like, that's I don't know, proof to me that just because a thing is built in Indonesia doesn't mean that they can't build something that's meaningful or like important for a big section of guitar playing audience. Like, you know, as a kid, if there was a Sterling weren't around, their OLP were around, and they were, I think, a little bit too very much on the cheaper side. Whereas this Sterling thing now, if they'd had a Sterling version of a JP guitar when I was younger, John Petrucci, I'd have definitely been in the market for one of those instead of my RGs, I think. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have you played one? Which Sterling guitars do you like? I think they're making some really, really cool stuff there, to be honest with you. And it looks pretty spot on as well. Like, there's a bit of a classy look to them. They did send this one over. Let me just retune and then I'm going to film an intro. I'm going to film an intro now, but let me know your favourite Steve Lukather performances in the comments. And that boost, I really, really like that. Maybe my #1 feature on this guitar. Eric Clapton has a boost on his, right?